Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Homemade Pythons. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so glad that you decided to check out what's going on and what Allurial I picked out for August. Can't believe it's August already, and I'm so ready for the burr months. Can you stop shaking my camera, please, sir? I am so excited for the burr months. And speaking of things that arrived today, look at this little guy. Oh my goodness. This may be the cutest little drinkware I have ever seen in my life. I have quite a few little ghost mugs, but nothing quite like this. Doesn't it look like he's holding up his arms to be picked up? It's like a little toddler. He's so cute. I'm just dying over him. He is adorable. He's so cute. I I'm in love with him. So that showed up today. Also arriving today were some cute Kindle backgrounds that were fall themed, and they have the holographic little sparkles. They are so cute with little stickers on them already. And they had some blank ones with backgrounds and additional stickers that I could decorate myself. So I am definitely getting into the fall vibes. I am ready for all the coziness, all of the things. I am ready for crunchy leaves and pumpkin things. Look at him. He's adorable. Ready for all the pumpkin things. I'm actually not a pumpkin spice girly. I don't drink coffees. I don't drink lattes. I don't drink warm stuff. But I do love a pumpkin pie. I do love hot tomato soup. I do love cozy fall romances and bookstores and crunchy leaves. And I would have pumpkins all over my house. Like literally, I would just have pumpkins all over the floor if it weren't for Lemon Poppy Seed, because she absolutely 100% would and has nibbled on them. And they're not bad for her. It just, she can't just go around constantly nibbling pumpkins either. So, there's that. So yes, I'm so ready for this season. I don't understand why Green Day wants you to wake them up at the end of September. Wake me up at the end of August. I want to be awake for September, October, November. I can sleep through August. That's totally fine. But I want to be awake for September. Green Day had it wrong on that one. I guess August just doesn't fit with the beat of that song, but that's okay. Before we get into the Allurial box, though, in case you didn't see my post on my channel page, I do want to issue an apology to Nobody's Quest by Alyssa Day. I incorrectly thought that the main character in Nobody's Quest was 17 years old. I guess I saw a flashback where she talked about being 17, or maybe I saw her discussing another character who was 17. And I guess like I remember it being like the bottom line of my Kindle, because it is available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read it yourself. I think it was a bottom line at the end of my Kindle. And I guess as I was clicking with my remote and reading through it, I saw something wrong, and I thought the main character was 17 years old. And I attacked the book and the publisher for having a 17-year-old underage main character in an adult romantic novel. That is incorrect. A person on YouTube who watches my videos, reached out to me and informed me that the character is actually 20 years old, which is above the age of consent. And when I went and did my own research to make sure that that was correct, it is indeed correct. The character in the novel, Nobody's Quest, is 20 years old. And I highly apologize for going after that novel when I did not have my facts straight. So I wanted to say an apology about that on a video in case my post got missed, because I did go after Nobody's Quest quite harshly. I was having a moment. So I apologize to Nobody's Quest for that, and I'm really, really glad that I am wrong. and that they had an above the age of consent character in that novel. So I'm looking forward to reading the sequel for that one now that that has been cleared up. There were still some other issues with that novel for me personally. As I said in the previous video, I did have to Google if it was YA, and like I had some issues with the writing, but I was very invested in the plot, and I'm curious to see where it's going to go next. Now that's done with, let's move into what did I pick out for Allurial. All right. It is a larger box this month, and that is because I picked out 2 books. Let's see what we got. So here is a sneak. This is my main pick. This is the bookmark that goes with it. Anybody seen this cover? Know what it's going to be? Okay. It involves forced proximity, slow burn, and secret identity. Okay. And it is Steelborn, which I picked out because it said it was going to be an adventure on the high seas. And if you've been watching some of my videos, you know that I am on the prowl for some good pirate stuff. And so I really, really hope that this is going to be a good pirate novel. Okay. So the back says, or maybe love is fierce when those we care for are in danger. Maybe love has teeth. Ooh. So here's the spine. And then here is our sprayed edge. Ooh. Look at that beautiful flower. Wow. That's gorgeous. Now, the little blurb said that it was a high, like, adventure on the high seas, piratey, etc. However, when I read the synopsis, I wasn't getting pirate vibes. So I am a little worried. At first, I wasn't going to pick it. And then I was like, well, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a go. And I've seen it pop up a lot. A lot of people are very interested in this novel. My best friend decided to try Allurial using my reference link, and she also got this book, and she's very excited about it. So she decided to go with it because it's very low on spice and it involves piracy, which she also really enjoys. Let's take a look at our end pages. Ooh, hello pirate vibes. Okay. I'm getting a lot of pirate vibes. I hope I'm right that we're gonna have some piratey stuff. All right, it's the same on the other side. Oh, I'm liking it. Wow. Why is he green? He's literally glowing green. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah. This is piratey. I'm here for it. I am here for it. All right. Let's see what our inside flap has to say. And this is part of this is not a standalone. It's going to be part of a series or a trilogy. And it is a debut novel, which is exciting. I'd love to see some new authors coming through Allurial, sorry. Okay. Rhea Connery became the Crimson Dagger, the most notorious thief in Rethera, by following a strict set of rules. 1, there is no honor among thieves. 2, a good blade is key to any negotiation. 3, only the dead keep secrets, and Rhea must be kept at all cost. But when a heist goes wrong on the eve of paying off her debt to a ruthless crime lord, Rhea may need new rules and a lot of coin fast. Enter Kalen, I bet it's Kalen, Kalen Halcyon, a legendary immortal warrior whose magic makes him a valuable target if the curse inching closer to his heart doesn't kill him first. Ooh. He needs the Crimson Dagger to steal the fabled curse, and he's not leaving Ratera without her. A male of honor, Kalen loathes everything the beautiful, cocky thief represents, yet he knows that Rhea is his last hope for survival. Their search takes them to the edge of the known world, where Rhea discovers that there is far more at stake than her and Kalen's own lives. Now Rhea must confront deadly foes, her growing attraction to the immortal whose days are numbered, and the truth she's spent a lifetime trying to bury. This time, her daggers aren't going to cut it, and the fate of all magic born hangs in the balance. Packed with unforgettable characters, thrilling action, and smoldering tension, Steelborn heralds the arrival of an extraordinary new voice and introduces an irresistibly complex heroine forged in steel and rage. Oh, yes, I am here for this. This is going to be good. So this is book 1 in the Steelborn saga, and we do have a lovely, lovely map. Ooh, that's going to be good. That looks fantastic. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so this is our first book. And then I did decide to get a second book because the plot sounded so original. I was enthralled by the synopsis. It sounded so original and just steeped in something that I had never read before. It was such an interesting take. So let's take a look. Yeah. So this is The Dark in Her Veins. I wasn't too impressed by the cover. I don't normally like, I'm normally not a huge people on the cover kind of person. If you had put a giant pirate ship on this, yes, yes. So I'm not a huge people on the cover type of person. But this castle situation down here is looking pretty cool. Got a lot of red going on, some like inky, wispy stuff going on over here. Here's our, and it's also very small. It's very thin. I was excited about that. Yeah. I'd known even, I'm reading this backwards. I'd known even then that holy things were for me. I'd known even then that holy things were not for girls like me. Ooh. Ooh, we got some shimmer going on. And then here's our edges. Ooh. So we've got this very interesting, like, castle fortress situation. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Interesting. I'm not hugely impressed. And also my pages are a bit warped. So it's not coming across that great because my pages are kind of like meh, meh. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. But again, for once I didn't buy something for the cover. I read the synopsis and I was impressed. And I'm here for the writing. Our end pages are a bit graphic. So I'm going to not show those. If you want to see the end pages, I apologize. You will have to check out a different video from a different user. But I do try to keep my videos as kid friendly as possible in regards to what I show and talk about. Not that I always read kid friendly books or recommend kid friendly books constantly. I do enjoy adult books, but since I am a teacher and this is a public channel, I do keep very much in mind what I do show as far as images and descriptions of the books themselves. So this is a mature looking end page artwork. It is gorgeous, but there is weaponry involved and just a lot of tension that I would find disturbing as a young child if I were to come across this channel. So I'm going to skip the end pages for this one. I apologize if that upsets any of my adult viewers who would like to see the end pages, but I want to make sure that everybody is comfortable. So here we have the description for this book. And again, I am fascinated by this synopsis. Here we go. Nothing is sacred for those willing to pay the price. In Valestad, everything has a price. Sin leaves its mark in the form of the blood rot, a slow creeping disease that leads to madness. The rich outsource their violence. The poor sell theirs and suffer the cost. Talon Keller is a sinner. Employed by the holiest man in the city, the prophet, she stains her hands so his can stay clean. But with her blood rot rapidly advancing, Talon knows her next job could be her last. Then a new assignment puts Talon on a collision course with the warden, a shadowy figure whose name is spoken like a warning. If she can get close, she can trade his life for her own freedom and escape the end her sins have promised. That is, if she can stay steady on the knife's edge. Because Talon is dangerously drawn to the warden, he is sharp, cruel, and whatever blazes in him sparks against every part of her. If she isn't careful, her plans will burn. As savior and sinner tangle, Talon uncovers a conspiracy tied to the past she thought gone. And in Valestad, where sin is currency, she'll have to decide what she's willing to pay to survive. Now, this author is a fantasy writer. She actually is also a children's writer, hilariously enough. And this is her adult debut novel. And I am fascinated by this idea of sin as a currency. This is like blowing my mind. I want to read more about this. And if you've never checked out the idea of a sin eater, which is something from olden times, kind of like 15, 16, 1700s, I believe. If you've never heard of the concept of a sin eater or the occupation of a sin eater, definitely something you should check out. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that in a way. And I'm wondering if that's what this is inspired by, the real life occupation of a sin eater. And now we've crafted a fantasy world that takes that idea and then like makes the world based off the fact that sin is a currency. I am so enthralled with the idea of this book. I can't wait to read it. So yeah, let's get reading. So I'm now in chapter 6 of Steelborn. I'm really liking it. I really like the main character. She has a really intense fearlessness that doesn't come across It doesn't come across as pick me. It doesn't come across as it's a little over the top, but it's not annoying. That's important. And I just met Kalen, I think his name is. I'm pretty sure I just met Kalen. I don't have his name yet, but he's definitely given main character vibes, and I think I like him. They've definitely got good chemistry. I think they remind me right now of the main characters in the Gilded Prisoner or the Plated Prisoner series. He's given Slade vibes. I'm here for that. There's been quite a bit of world building. There is a lot of terminology that you kind of have to slog through a little bit. It's slowing me down just a tad, but there is a lot of action. Haven't seen a lot of piratey stuff yet, other than thievery and a tavern for like the first 6 chapters. Still waiting for some high seas. But I think it's on the horizon. There's this one character that we've been introduced to that you're not supposed to like, and I don't. And we've kind of been given this hint that this character has upset some other characters. And he will never set toe in the ocean ever, because if he ever does, it means bad things are going to happen to him because he really ticked off some people who control the oceans. So I think it's on the horizon. Pun intended. So yeah, I'm on chapter 6. I'm really enjoying it. I think I would have read more of it by now, except for going back to work. It's August. I'm barely functioning at this point. It's week 2 of school, and I've already gotten sick, if you can't tell from my voice. So sorry about that. And then also I've been doing these shorts where I review a fall cozy read or a fall cozy book. And so I've been working on reading those books instead of reading these books. Yeah. But yeah, I recommend this. It's not on Kindle Unlimited, or it wasn't when I last looked before the box from Allurial showed up. 6 chapters in, I think it's worth the purchase price. That is all for now. Until next week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking, liking, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate all your support. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Keep reading. And hopefully, it'll be cooler temperatures and weather soon for everybody. Because I don't know how much more I can take of this heat. Let's go back to reading.